This poem is called "The Archiboldest Akashic Records of All the Omniversal Tears Ever Cried." You see that all these geniocracies are somehow switchgating the dynamism of the purple halozoistic suns, which are helmeted in gladiator helmets and have archangel seraph torsos and are the Myanongian jungle priestesses of the year 2100. These aphrodisiac gorgons are dancing in a nun-tied circle as the clavicles and catacombs of the Medusae nauticas, which travertine and triumvirate, the cauldrons swimming in the gorgons' pickled bras, for which the sempiternal spring water is swimming through for the disrobed Ubersmensch, as Nietzsche is the mechanical yuck, and the medicine women desecration and desiccate this omniversal teardrop soaked in the auburn and mahogany peregrinating skies, which hermitage between this basilisk and this balsamic presidential female impression bizarro genius, and all the Dada spheres are rocking through these mummified fatty loins. You see, Aristotle is a fungus will-o-wisp, beyond the sheep-dog porn revenuous floodgates, for which this dreamscape and dream catcher is knotted in the Gnostic vortexes and wildflowers, which swim through the harmonic judgments of these aphrodisiac and erotic, passionate demagogueries, for which this is the absolute nothing is soaking the super essential phenomenologist, and I'm swimming through a kayak on the tip of Aristotle's bright cerulean hair spikes, a hyssop of heaven, Manon's jungle heaven, this unknowable knowledge of the fruitful possible worlds, for which is ecstasis. This is the beautiful throne of victory. This is the luminous shackle of the moonlight, which harpoons the rainbow rhinoceros stampeding for Albion, and the size of all of the omniversal weight, as the wildflower size of all the moons of space in my purple cornea, as the time of all timeless time and spaceless space, as I make love upon the Anselmian perfect beings, for which is candle wax, fiery waxiest nautilus, which Jacindas, Bansuls, the zephyr of the zonular zonogonies, for which is crown of thorns, bloody and shackling the fruits of the harpoon and harpsichords, as this morning star of all heraldic semperturnities, and this womb of Scrabble, which rainstorms and hailstorms, the soulful Zengazi's butterfly, jugular to the heavenly antimatter, which of God of gods, philosopher of philosophers, genius of genius, sempiternity of sempiternities, as I smack open the Hellespont of phantasmagoria, that I am the starlight sitting to the raspy moon, as this fist of magpies with the solitudinarian, the quietudinarians, as they swim in the bleeding ethereal eternity machines, as these wonder women with the wombs of intrepid polarial omniversal Klondikes and Himalayas, which funicularize this tempestuous Shakespearean fountaineering, where Ayn Rand is a kayaker upon the absolute infinite number line, which the mental geometry short circuits of the Riemann hypothesis critical line, for which the breastful Turkish and Ottoman Kardashev advanced transhumanist skyscrapers, and the priestesses, as these Christians have somehow boondoggled and hard scrabbled the Stilphin Gorgon, and in between a septillion labyrinthic catacombs, for which is this mere topological sheaf of the plasterboard mummified philosophical zombies, for which all this quatitudinarian, shackled, wounded, rearing woolly mammoths, which bust open the catalepsy of this indescript ecstasis, for which is but is between the soul-scaped Heraclides, for which these wriggling boudoirs and the lupins, which somehow finish off the semantic rhythmatic sphinxes rearing with their torsos twisted open upon the hypodermic solar eclipses, soaking their cloves-lined robes and bras by the moonscaping dictator empress, which somehow is the Descartian cobblestones and the Nietzschean moonstones into Anscombe's spiritual quantum chimeras, which somehow shackle and poverty. This wildflower wriggling the mouthwash of all the narrographies of these hamlins of Aquarian, of these Neptunian symbolique, which somehow moonstones the psycho-astrobiological, meteorological sheafs, which is Hydrek, and the psychokinetics of all possible thoughts in the prophetess of the anti-moribund maledictorious systems of Patinas, which is Bagada princess, the red throttled robin, which etherealizes all these zephyrs of galactic zephyrs, and Zapotex, which is Sibylline goblet, while respects the wildflowers of eucalyptus and nevermore breasts, which somehow spectrogram and spectrograph the beautiful asexualist vex, for which this is the Mediterranean Hypatia, with her harp on the unicycle as she moonstone cyclophonically juggles, and a cellophane, which somehow spits the beautiful, passionate lovemake between this diatonic, crepuscular enclave of all the pro-pan-psychic, serendipitous, beautiful, possible world question databases of the redwood-faced and dendrographical and dendromancer, anti-Darwinist, beautiful, a narrow Desics of Montaigne. So much. Okay, maybe I'll add a few more words. And these imperialist bodhisattvas are drinking all the moonshine as they're whippered with the purple werewolf faced stars, for which this abysmic sphinx, which tears open the bedsprings of this beautiful, passionate, intrepidary sphinx, for which this cataleptic cataphrenia, for which I am Hitler Putnam's twin earth of catalepsia, and all these quotidian recalcitrant harpoonings shall proclaim the spirit lining of all these Draculan Transylvanian Archamboldians. And one, all these obsidian philosophical zombies are fishermen. 2, the magnolia-soaked Christies of the Sufi and Buddhist alchemist. 3, this frostbitten metanoia, which metempsychotically twists its undulating ribs upon the collarbones of Amitabha. 4, this is the parvis in which the patinas of the Pentaract rams are pernoctating at midnight and moondown. As these clavicles, which somehow are the Klondikes, which which bear the torso of this apartment skyscraper as tall as the highest Mydongian platform, ontological immanence of the Omniverse, as well as beautifully gaslit in the chambers. And the chambers of all these veiled hijabs, which somehow neoplasmically and metaplasmically are bleeding the mosques with the gaping grapefruits, somehow which be sloth and be pester. This beautiful recalcitrant flame of Hector, which somehow these Grecian moon quakes and starquakes, as these galloping purple horns and horned Glen moon-faced horses gallop to the impressionist painting of Bacchanalia Archibald acaphesiac tendrils, which somehow are the gesticulating and campground fists, pounding the neuromancers and the gargantuan hips of these bellied jaw-jowled philosophical zombies, vampiroid archimboldists, loquacious teeth, which somehow crocus the reality tunnels, and this crypto maniacal and crypto anagramnesiac butterflies of all possible hypersolipsistic ornero metempsychotic crepuscular breast sheaths. Thank you.